Hi there, Capricorn. This one's for you. This is for Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, Cancer season reading. Remainder of Cancer season. Trust that when the message finds you, it is for you. So whenever it is that you're getting this, Capricorn. I got a lot of messages for you and they felt quite urgent. So I will say that Spirit is indicating to me that you're here either because you viewed the previous Capricorn videos and you're part of that group, or you're here and you should go back and watch some previous Capricorn videos that I have provided. One of them is called The Buck Stops Here. That one is most important, and there is one that follows that. So you'll be able to feel out if you're in this energy that I'm channeling. Otherwise, check out those previous ones and you might be in the group that's like in that cycle as well. All right, so what I'm getting for you, Capricorn, this soul group, whoever this is resonating with, whatever you've been working on, keep going. Spirit wants to say that to you. Whatever you've been working on, keep going. I'm seeing for you, Capricorn, spirals of time. There's these very tight spirals. And what I'm feeling metaphorically is that perhaps you've been through something similar. However, these tight spirals are kind of breaking apart and changing. And therefore, the outcome is changing for you. So, ouch. If you've been through something similar to whatever it is you're working on, whatever it is Spirit says, whatever you've been working on, keep going. If you've been through something similar, the outcome is changing. That's just a message for you. Very, very important. So, Capricorn, let's see what we get for you today. I don't channel any particular themes. I just let come through what wants to. I'm getting a very intense pressure on the back of my head right here. So if you've been having migraines in that location, or if for you that's some sort of indicator that you're tapped in, I'm feeling your energy. It's a lot of pressure back here, and also behind the eyes. Look who's joined us, the Hermit. Wow, this is the most profound Hermit that I've seen in any deck. This is a really great deck, the Spiral Tarot. This Hermit is different. This Hermit is also moving. They're experiencing movement forward down the mountain. And that's why this Hermit card is so very important. You know, traditionally, the Hermit is depicted as being this soothsayer, hermetic type at the top of the mountain. He's gazing into his lantern and he's separated from like the community by being on this spiritual path. However, this Hermit, she is descending down the mountain. She's bringing back what she's learned and reintegrating into society. That's what I feel with this Hermit. So there could be a special message here. We'll see what else comes out and if the Hermit applies. She's holding a bright green snake, and somehow that's important. You'll know if it is. She's trying to tell me something. Sorry about that, Capricorn. Let's get back into your reading. Look at that. More spirals. All right. You know what? This Hermit card, I've been indicated to put her back in, and we'll see if this card wants to show itself again. Otherwise, it's... Whew! Ace of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, did you see how it's spun? For me, when that happens, it's not indicating a reversal. It's indicating something that, like, has the ability to change very swiftly. So, for positive or negative, one outcome or the other, you're able to flip it, change it, alter that course in your life and the outcome of it. So with that Ace of Pentacles there, that's what I'm feeling. We'll see how, and do you see how this King of Pentacles, the way that he's holding this pentacle, it's almost like he can twist it at any moment. There's something here about that. Something about the peacocks and opulence. I don't know what it's about yet. I don't know what it's about yet, because this message is sort of diverging from the channeling I was doing. So there could be, it could be that I'm reading on 2 different levels or for 2 different groups. This could be a simple message about like making a decision in terms of where you spend your time and energy to bring about finances, and making that choice is what will like unlock that for you. Unlock opulence. Also, there's a male peacock and a female peacock, and what I get with that is like a comfortable home life, because these are 2 sides of yourself, like being able to provide as well as receive what you have provided for yourself. And it comes about with a choice that you have to make to move forward. All right, let's get back into the message. Whatever you've been doing, keep doing it, Capricorn. That's what I feel for you. All right, that really wanted to come out, huh? We have the Ace of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Queen of Pentacles. What I'm getting intuitively, like right away, is that there's someone around you helping you. With this Queen of Pentacles, this to me feels like a helpful figure in your life. I don't know if she's in the physical or the spirit realm, but I'm really feeling the physical. I'm feeling that she's in the physical, and she's some sort of figure in your life that is very helpful or will be very helpful to you. Perhaps like offering a job or referring you to a job. Something nurturing about her. It's like a divine mother kind of energy coming through for me with this Ace of Cups. Also, the colors behind this figure in the Ace of Cups are kind of the colors of peacocks. There's greens and pinks and teal. The Wheel of Fortune. More wheels, more spirals. Something is going on with your destiny. And it has to do with you showing up for it. Like, I think that I'm reading for Capricorns who have already gone through a cycle of loss and change. And like I said, you can go back and refer to the videos I mentioned. This is weird. It's kind of like I'm jumping from there to here, but I'm like jumping ahead farther in the future. So maybe I'm reading for those of you who are in the energy of this progression, or it's that I'm projecting forward to what you will be in later on. Does that make sense? Like, even if you're not showing up right now, you know, and tarot can't always tell the future. In fact, it's like more useful to like show you where you are so that you can make the changes necessary to change your course of destiny. To what degree we have free will to do so, depending on your belief system. But I really feel this is like projecting me further into the future than you are currently, Capricorn. You know, there are a lot of interruptions you're reading, Capricorn. This happens to you every time. Every time. I actually started to record a video for you just before this one, and I was completely interrupted. Like, I had to start over the entire reading because I got an indication that I needed to stop, pause, and start over. However, there was some really important information coming through, and I feel this like trickster energy of like, it's somewhere between protection and wanting to shield a truth in some way. And it's because there are Capricorns that are so important to this earth that they're being blocked or shielded from seeing their destiny or seeing how important they are. And there could be a lot of reasons for that. I'm getting that with this King of Pentacles, there, which is, you know, it's you, right? There could be many reasons for that. It could be that, like, if you saw your royalty, if you saw your role in the world sphere in the universe, like you might not put in that grit and that hard work that you have to. That's one option. Another is more sinister, and it's like you are so important, and your progress and the difficult choices that you need to make are such an example for humanity that like forces that don't want that to happen are trying to shield you from hearing it. Especially with this Wheel of Fortune. I mean, this is cosmic. This is something big. And your readings, when I do them, Capricorn, are always something big. I feel myself hesitating. I feel myself like wanting to share all this information, but felt like I'm being held back. And I'm never not going to share it unless I'm told directly, this person should not hear this because it would harm them. Like, you know, do no harm. Take no shit. But this just feels cosmic for you, Capricorn. I hope this reading is resonating with somebody, because I realize it's a little bit off the rails. But I think that's the point. It's a little bit off the rails. Maybe that's where you're at in your life. You're somewhere beyond the tracks, and like you found this. And it's for a reason that we've kind of ventured into this strange territory to get there. So I'm going to really tap into you. Those of you in this strange territory. Because others of you, I really feel like it's just quite a positive time. Maybe the shit you went through was a long time ago, or it's coming up for you later. Either way, as it stands, it's just about you making the right choices to move your success forward. Period. That's great. For others of you who ended up in the woods, somewhere south of, I just heard Greenway. I don't know if that's a real town. If that is you, we're going to get into it. I don't shy away. So let's see how you ended up where you are and why. I don't feel that you're off your path in the sense... Oh, I just heard, okay, yes, some of you are, and the fates are trying to bring you back. All right, so some of you are off the path. But for most of you, I don't feel like you're off the path. I feel like the path is just taking you somewhere stranger, more difficult, or just different than you imagined. And so you're out there, we out here, right? And you're kind of trying to figure out what's going on. I'm feeling like a cosmic egg. I'm feeling some sort of birth and revival. And I'm feeling like with this card, it's just whichever Capricorns this is for, you're just so important. And I'm not afraid to tell you that. You're really important. This one fate is trying to tell me something. And she's like, she has her finger up like this. It's kind of like they're still working on it. Your path is still being written. Kind of like however the universe changes, your path is being rewritten and redirected based on that. So this is really interesting. I've never gotten this in a reading before, Capricorn. Some of you, the reason that you've like ended up in some strange place you didn't anticipate being in your life is not necessarily personal, but it's collective in the sense that you were brought there based on the needs of humanity. It's really interesting. It's also really interesting because Capricorn, you know, your sign is always associated with like hard work, finance, taking care of the self, right? Versus Cancer, which is about like receiving, nurturing, family. Like family versus self, group versus, you know, independence. But it's weird. It's like your independence is in service to humanity. For this group of Capricorns that I've somehow tapped into, this soul group, not somehow, excuse me. This is very intentional. We've been brought together for a reason. So, it's not random. But we've both put in a lot of hard work, and like I'm getting we're both working with the same pot of energy, if that makes sense. Okay, if you're still with me, Whew, what a doozy, right? Let's see. What else for Capricorn? Three of Wands. Ten of Swords. And Seven of Pentacles. I'm feeling waiting. A waiting energy, waiting for the world to change. Assessing. You're very, very good at assessing, Capricorn, and then redirecting based on what you've analyzed. I'm missing the word. It's like, it's something like the conclusions that you've drawn. It's like the data you've extrapolated. That's the feeling I'm getting. You're like making decisions based on that data. Being ready for something new. Some of you feeling really wounded and beat down by life. As I said, if you've ended up kind of stranded, beat down. Yeah, it's really horrible. It's really brutal and gory, actually. And you're probably begging for mercy if this is you. You've surrendered. You can't really... It can't get any worse with this Ten of Swords. Like, the worst, it's as bad as it's going to be. So that's the good news for you. There's a lot of good news for you. But it's not an easy spot to be in, whatever you're in. But the good news is that it's as bad as it's going to get. And I just heard it's almost there. Like, if it isn't yet, it's almost there. And so this I'm feeling with the Seven of Pentacles is kind of like assessing the damage after the storm. You know, like if you've been through a natural disaster, and it's kind of like surveying the situation after the storm has passed and being like, okay, like this is what I have, this is what I lost, this is what I have to clean up, let's get started. That's that kind of energy I'm feeling. This Three of Wands is quite opposite. It's kind of like waiting for someone else to tell you what, you know, this is like a lady on the top of the hill versus this like peasant type who's down there doing the work. And I've never gotten that sort of dichotomy between these two cards before, ever, in a reading. But that's what I'm feeling. It's some sort of dichotomy between like being up here on the hill versus being down there in the valley and putting in the work. Maybe you've had a fall from grace and you've gone from this to that. That's quite possible. You know, you had to see from this perspective. Actually, in fact, I'm feeling for one of you, you were like a high up executive. And maybe your policies weren't conducive to your employees that were lowest down on the chain. And through some strange twist of fate, you've ended up at the bottom of the chain. You're seeing it from their perspective. And you had to. It's like a labor union issue. Like you had to. You wouldn't have understood. And so you're going to build yourself back up and then help these people and pull them up with you. So it's important that you went through this so that you could see this perspective. I'm being drawn again to the Wheel of Fortune card. I'm being drawn to the fate here who's clutching her chest. I'm feeling some sort of like heartache or longing or pain a little bit, but she's holding the string and she's pulling it along, so it's sort of like whatever you're going through, you're still moving it along. Anything else for Capricorn here? Eight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. The Devil showing itself here. That's you, right? Wow. This is so interesting. I've never noticed this before. Do you remember in the beginning of the reading when we had the Hermit card? She's put herself away. She's holding a green snake. I said the green snake is important. I don't know why. In this Eight of Cups, down here on this bottom step, a green snake walks out the door. Does a snake walk? This green snake moves out the door. There's some metaphor there. or lesson, or it's like a riddle, like the riddle of the Sphinx. There's something there, like there's some soothsayer type phrase about this green snake. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's in a different language. So if it's in your language, please tell me. There's something about a green snake and this Eight of Cups, the Hermit's green snake. Using your discernment to walk out of some situation. That came up a lot for you previously, Capricorn. And, ooh, got it. There's something about accepting your destiny even though you don't know what that is. So if you're really down and out, emotionally, physically, spiritually, whatever way, if you're down and out in some way, and you're like begging for mercy here, under the influence of the devil, just begging to get out of something, begging to feel untrapped. I feel you surrendering and accepting your destiny. Wow, I feel such a sense of relief, like my body has become 10 times lighter. There's something about the cosmos, constellations. I'm getting two. I'm getting Pleiades and Ursa Major. If either of those are important to you, or if you know why they're related to Capricorn, do let us know. But there's something about you accepting your destiny. And it's as if you had to experience this low feeling, this low status, in whatever sector of your life that is, in order to untrap yourself and move ahead. Knight of Wands. All right. I do want to say there is the High Priestess here showing herself. That's important for you. That I think has to do with the accepting of your destiny. It's like preordained and it's bigger than you. And your surrender is what moves you forward. It's what moves the wheel forward. And if it applies, it's that surrender and decision making. Two different things, surrender or decision making, that brings in the Ace of Pentacles for you. Perhaps the surrender leads you to have to make choices, if that makes sense. You know, sometimes like making a big change in our life, we think that it's like automatically going to be so much different or so much better, but often it leads to like 10 more questions and answers that need to be solved, right? So that's what I'm feeling, is like that surrender, and that will lead to you making other choices for yourself. Making those choices for yourself, Capricorn, will bring in this Ace of Pentacles. Capricorn, any final information for Capricorn before we get their Oracle card message? Four of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. This is a really, okay, and then this. This is a really stingy energy, this Four of Pentacles. And combined with the Seven, it's kind of like seeing if there's enough, feeling like there's not enough. It's lack. So just maybe a side message. And he's so bound here. Like there's this weird energy. I've never seen this before. This is so strange. Also, my head is tingling. This is important. This is important. There's this weird binding energy around this card. It's something to do with like lack mentality trapping you. And like constantly assessing if you have enough or you will have enough. I'm not implying in any way that those practicalities are not a part of life, or that experiencing that, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's something about being really closed off and bound, is not letting more in. That's all I'm saying here. That's all Spirit's trying to tell you. It's like, allow more for yourself. Do whatever you have to allow more for yourself. Because look, now we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Fool, the Three of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, and Judgment. Is that not a much better energy, Capricorn? That is like independence, self-sufficiency, new things, new ideas, new projects, being seen, being heard, and being given what's owed to you. But Judgment, it has to come by you like opening yourself up in some way away from this Four of Pentacles energy. I think that's an issue that a lot of Capricorns deal with, and probably Cancers as well, because they're the opposite sign. You both deal with similar themes. So letting yourself open up and letting more in for you. With a 4 and the 7, that's an 11, and I feel something cosmic. It's like a cosmic lesson. All right, Capricorn. I'm going to go ahead and get you an oracle card message now. This was a doozy. I know it was a little bit difficult, a little bit strange, but it's going to make sense for somebody. I know that for many of you, this is going to make perfect sense. The reason we didn't get into too many of the practical details of each single card is because there was more a larger cosmic theme that had to come through. It was kind of a meta reading, if you will, a reading about readings, a reading about, you know, your sign as Capricorn. But you can handle it. I know you can. You're Capricorn. You can get that higher perspective. You're very capable. And that's why I came through for you. All right, Capricorn. Let's please get a message for the sign of Capricorn. Sun, moon, rising, north node of this soul group. This devil is like really freaking me out a little bit. Wow, there's another green snake, and I believe a phoenix. So this is about embodying and bringing through your true nature. I'm telling you. Don't let this devil freak you out. Whatever you have to face about yourself, whatever has humbled you, don't let it defeat you. Let your true nature come through. All right? So let's get that message for Capricorn. I'm getting an indication to take that one. Ooh. Oh boy. And this one? Do you want this one? No, okay. But that one for sure. All right. Oh my. Whoever's tapping me on the head, it's weird, so please stop. That one, okay. You don't want that one? Okay, they want it to come out naturally, I just heard. Wow, I felt something like lift off of somebody and like fly away. I mean, that literally just happened. So maybe confronting this devil energy, this fear, is what's going to do that. Okay, there we go. See? Wow, this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous, Capricorn. Holy shit. This is going to bring in a really different energy for you. You are immortal. Make your decisions carefully. You hold in your heart a space to be filled. These are both beautiful. Wow. This figure here, he has his eyes closed. He's receiving the Holy Spirit. That's what I heard. It doesn't have to be religious. It's just that's what I'm really feeling. He's bathed in this golden light. And he's kind of asking for answers to questions that he's struggling with. He's in a space of like needing help from the divine, needing guidance from the divine, and really surrendering in order to gain access to that information. That's what I feel with this. And in this one, it's just the opposite. It's opening yourself up in order to receive what it is you need. As I said, it's getting out of that Four of Pentacles energy and opening up to the Fool, the Nine of Pentacles. But it's bigger than just that. This is, once again, cosmic. And yeah, it's allowing that space within you to be filled. Perhaps, interesting, that Hermit card in the beginning, she has this like sacred fire in her chest. And the Hermit, how does the Hermit become the Hermit? They go up the mountain, they take on the spiritual challenges ahead of them, and then she's descending with this new inner flame. The Hermit has to make sacrifices to become the Hermit. So sacrificing something, cutting out something, I see these scissors, allow something else to fill your heart with joy, to fill your life with bounty and pleasure and beauty. Okay, Capricorn, I'm going to take some time to read from the book. If you'd like to part ways here, that is fine. If not, we'll get a little bit more information for you. Wow. Zalmoxis in Ialamida Cave. You are immortal. Make your decisions carefully. Number 52. We are immortal spirits dwelling in third-dimensional body temples. The imprint of everything we do remains with us and will affect our future incarnations. Think your actions through before you take them and be mindful of the effects they may have on others. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I really feel this is like tapping in and receiving information, and perhaps acting in a way that is for the highest good and not just for like personal advancement. That's specific. That's not for all of you. And then we have number 35. You hold in your heart a space to be filled. Empty nest. This is gorgeous. There is no empty space in the universe. Try thinking in this way and see what manifests in your life. Sadness and loss are temporary conditions. All right, Capricorn, that is what I have for you. Until next time, do take care. Bye.